If you are 65 and living on Social Security, one broken transmission could wipe out your entire savings cushion overnight. The average American now spends more than $12,000 a year just to keep a gasoline car running, over half of a typical retiree's monthly check, gone before you even leave the driveway. Somewhere inside a Tesla factory sits a motor engineers called Scary, wrapped in carbon fiber, paired with a battery that may never need replacing. This is not about speed. This is about whether you ever have to write another surprise repair check again. Today, we break down the real math behind it and whether it protects your retirement or quietly locks you into something you can never walk away from. Let's start with the number nobody wants to say out loud. Keeping an aging gasoline car on the road for 10 years can cost close to $94,000 in fuel, insurance, repairs, while the car itself loses half its value along the way. That is not a maintenance bill. That is a slow leak in your retirement account, and most people never notice it until the tank is nearly empty. One transmission failure, one blown engine, and a decade of careful budgeting collapses in a single afternoon at the shop. Now picture the opposite, a motor with almost nothing left to break. A veteran vehicle teardown expert, someone who has spent decades bluntly criticizing automakers for cutting corners, reportedly stopped mid-inspection the moment he cut open a certain Tesla drive unit. Inside every electric motor sits a spinning rotor, and at high speed, the forces inside try to tear it apart. Most manufacturers fight that with heavier housings and bulkier cooling systems. More pumps, more hoses, more parts that eventually fail. Tesla's engineers took a different route entirely. They wrapped the rotor in carbon fiber, the same material trusted in race cars and aircraft, letting it spin past 20,000 revolutions per minute without deforming. He reportedly called the reinforcement almost frightening in how far it had been pushed, the kind of detail he said he kept coming back to on his own desk. Here is why that matters for your wallet, not just your commute. A motor that survives those speeds without overheating needs far less cooling hardware to protect it. Traditional drivetrains rely on dozens of components: radiators, pumps, sensors, cooling lines, any one of which can fail and trigger a bill running into the thousands. Remove that entire category of hardware, and you remove an entire category of things that can break in year 8, exactly when you can least afford it. Think about that for a second. Every part that isn't there is a part that can never fail on you. That efficiency doesn't stop at heat management either. Less energy lost, as heat means more of every charge actually moves the car forward, stretching your range and cutting how often you need to plan your week around a charging stop. For a retiree who values simplicity over spectacle, that quiet efficiency may matter more than any acceleration number ever could. The battery story follows the same logic, and it may matter even more. Almost every electric vehicle on the road today, aside from Tesla, is built using what's called a wet electrode process. Cathode powder gets dissolved into a liquid solvent, coated onto foil, then dried in an oven longer than a city block. As that solvent evaporates, it drags the binder material toward the surface unevenly, leaving the top of the electrode dense and the bottom brittle. The result is invisible microscopic cracking that quietly builds for hundreds of charging cycles before it ever shows up as a warning light on your dashboard. That is the hidden clock ticking inside most electric cars sold today. And almost nobody selling you the car will mention it. Tesla's patented alternative skips the liquid entirely. Dry cathode powder is blasted at supersonic speed inside a milling chamber until a Teflon-like polymer stretches into ultrafine fibers, weaving a mechanical net around every particle. No solvent, no drying oven, no uneven binder migration pulling the electrode apart from within. According to Tesla's own patent filings and independent battery researchers, cells built this way retain more than 90% of their capacity after 2,000 full charging cycles, compared with wet process cells that start visibly declining after 5 to 800. Do the arithmetic on that, and it stops being an engineering footnote and becomes personal. 2,000 cycles at roughly 250 miles per charge works out to somewhere near 500,000 miles. For someone driving 8,000 miles a year in retirement, that battery could realistically outlast 6 decades of ordinary use, longer than most of us will be driving at all. The fear of a $10,000 battery replacement bill at 75 years old may simply become irrelevant. Stay with me, because the savings do not stop at the battery pack. Fewer manufacturing steps also means a cheaper car to build in the first place. The traditional wet process requires up to 10 separate rolling passes to compress the electrode material. Tesla's dry process reportedly needs only 3, a 70% reduction that speeds up production and slashes energy use across the factory floor. Multiply that efficiency across an entire drivetrain. Tesla is reportedly targeting a manufacturing cost near $1,000 for a complete motor, gearbox, and power electronics unit, while several competitors are still spending 3 to 5 times that just to match the performance, often losing money on every electric vehicle they sell. That gap between $1,000 and $4,000 or $5,000 does not just vanish into thin air, it becomes lower sticker prices, stronger safety features, or simply a company financially stable enough to survive market downturns without cutting corners on the vehicle you are trusting with your life. There's a bigger picture here, too, and it goes back further than most people realize. Decades ago, another automaker built an electric car that owners loved so much, they wrote personal checks begging to keep it. That company crushed the entire fleet instead, choosing short-term accounting over long-term vision. The lesson from that failure is simple. Companies that only think in quarters rarely build things that last decades. Whatever you think of any single automaker today, the engineering path toward parts that don't fail and batteries that don't degrade is the opposite of that old short-term thinking. But before this starts to sound like a sales pitch, let's slow down and look at what you're actually giving up. A motor that rarely breaks and a battery that may outlive you both come from a tightly closed system. And closed systems have a cost of their own. Independent mechanics cannot service a dry-processed battery pack. There is no aftermarket supplier for these carbon-wrapped motors. Every diagnostic, every software update, every repair has to run through the manufacturer's own network, on the manufacturer's own schedule, at the manufacturer's own price. You are not simply buying a car anymore. You are entering a long-term relationship with one company, and that company controls nearly every decision about how your vehicle is maintained for the rest of its life. That trade-off deserves real weight, not a footnote buried at the end of a video. Compare that to a traditional vehicle with modular, replaceable parts you or your local shop can service with tools you already own. One path offers mechanical independence built on generations of trust between drivers and their neighborhood mechanic. The other offers a technological bet, a car that might never need major repairs. Wrapped inside a system you cannot open yourself, even if you wanted to. Neither choice is automatically wrong. It depends entirely on what kind of security matters more to you. Predictable, low-maintenance costs for the next 30 years, or the freedom to fix things your own way whenever something goes wrong. There is also a quieter risk worth naming. That when your entire vehicle depends on one company's parts, one company's software, and one company's service centers, you lose the leverage that comes from having options. Prices for out-of-warranty service can rise with little pushback because there is nowhere else to take the car. That is not a reason to panic, but it is a reason to go in with clear eyes instead of blind trust. It's also worth being fully honest about what is confirmed and what is not. Tesla has publicly acknowledged that this dry electrode approach currently works at commercial scale for the cathode, the positive electrode, but the far more delicate negative electrode, the anode, remains an unsolved manufacturing challenge as of this year. Anyone telling you the entire battery problem has already been fully solved is getting ahead of the facts. What we have described here is real, patented, and already rolling off production lines in limited form, but the full picture is still being written, one production year at a time. So if the fear that follows you at 60, 70, or 80 years old is the fear of an unexpected repair bill draining your savings, this direction in engineering was built with exactly that fear in mind. If instead your priority is total control over your own vehicle, the ability to pop the hood and fix it yourself, this closed ecosystem may feel less like freedom and more like a very comfortable cage you chose to walk into. It's worth pausing here because this isn't happening in a vacuum. Several major automakers have poured tens of billions of dollars into electric vehicles over the past few years and are still losing money on nearly every one they sell, largely because they built these cars on top of older platforms never designed for battery packs or electric drivetrains in the first place. That mismatch shows up later as heavier vehicles, shorter range, and higher production costs that eventually get passed along to you, either through a higher sticker price or a more expensive parts bill once the warranty runs out. Watching one company design everything from the ground up, the motor, the battery chemistry, even its own charging network, while competitors bolt new technology onto decades-old factories, helps explain why the price and reliability gap keeps widening instead of closing. There's one more layer worth considering before you make up your mind. Supply chains matter too. Most competing battery factories depend heavily on chemicals and rare earth materials sourced almost entirely from one part of the world, a dependency that has already caused shortages and price spikes in other industries over the past few years. A production process that relies on domestically available materials is not just cheaper, it is more resistant to the kind of overseas disruption that can leave a factory, and eventually a repair queue, sitting idle for months. If you are choosing a vehicle you plan to keep for 15 or 20 years, that kind of stability behind the scenes is worth factoring in alongside the sticker price. There's more to this story than just the motor and the battery, and some of it matters just as much for anyone who wants to stay independent behind the wheel as long as possible. Reports out of Tesla's newest production lines describe a mechanical door release hidden inside the door trim of upcoming models, a stainless steel backup that requires less than 5 kilograms of force to open, even if the entire electrical system loses power in a crash or a fire. According to internal testing cited in industry reports, that backup system works successfully in the overwhelming majority of emergency scenarios, and it is reportedly designed so a small child or an older adult with limited grip strength could open it with one hand. For anyone who has ever worried about being trapped inside a vehicle during an emergency, or worried about a grandchild being trapped, that single detail may matter more than any horsepower figure ever could. Then there is the suspension, an area most people overlook until their back starts complaining after a long drive. Reports describe an adaptive system that scans the road several meters ahead using cameras and radar, softening or stiffening the ride before the wheels ever hit a pothole. For someone managing arthritis, a bad hip, or simply years of wear on the spine, a smoother ride is not a luxury feature. It is the difference between comfortably running errands and dreading every trip to the pharmacy. Reduced vibration also means less fatigue behind the wheel, which matters enormously for older drivers who want to keep their independence on longer highway trips to see family. Even something as unglamorous as the tires plays into this same story. Reports describe a partnership aimed at producing tires with a reinforced compound designed to last significantly longer than standard rubber, paired with a tread pattern meant to reduce the risk of hydroplaning in wet weather for a retiree who does not want to think about seasonal tire swaps or unexpected blowouts on a road trip. A tire built to be forgotten rather than constantly managed is one more small piece of everyday peace of mind. Perhaps the most important piece for a fixed income is what happens after you drive off the lot. Reports describe more than 200 sensors continuously monitoring the battery, motor, brakes, tires, and suspension. feeding that information into software that can flag a developing problem weeks or months before it becomes a breakdown on the side of the highway. Instead of waiting for something to fail and then paying an emergency tow and repair bill, the vehicle is designed to warn you early, often fixing minor issues through an overnight software update rather than a shop visit at all. Estimates tied to this kind of predictive maintenance suggest owners could save well over $1,000 a year compared to a traditional gasoline vehicle, simply by catching small problems before they become expensive ones. Put all of that together, and a pattern starts to emerge that goes beyond any single component. The carbon-wrapped motor removes an entire category of overheating failures. The dry process battery removes the multi-$1,000 replacement fear. The mechanical backup door release removes a genuine safety risk in an emergency. The predictive sensor network removes the element of surprise from maintenance altogether. Individually, each of these is a clever engineering decision. Together, they start to look like a deliberate strategy aimed directly at the exact fears that keep older drivers up at night. The fear of being stranded, the fear of a bill you cannot pay, and the fear of losing the independence that comes with simply being able to drive yourself where you need to go. Here's the filter to use before you ever step into a dealership. Choose this kind of vehicle if your number one goal is eliminating surprise mechanical bills for good, and you are comfortable letting the manufacturer manage every service appointment for the life of the car. Walk away from it if mechanical independence, your own garage, and the freedom to choose your own mechanic matter more to you than a lower long-term cost of ownership. Neither answer makes you wrong. It simply makes you someone who knows exactly what you are trading and exactly what you are protecting. And that clarity, more than any spec sheet or patent filing, is what actually protects a retirement budget over the next 20 years. Knowing the trade-off in advance is worth more than any single number on a brochure, because it lets you choose with your eyes open instead of being surprised later when the bill or the breakdown finally arrives. So here is the real question worth sitting with. Traditional automakers profit every single year. You keep paying for oil changes, transmission repairs, and surprise breakdowns. A motor and battery built to barely ever fail threatens that entire business model. But it also asks you to trade your mechanical freedom for financial peace of mind, which matters more to you at this stage of life. Never writing another repair check or never depending on one company for every repair you'll ever need. Leave your honest answer in the comments below, not the answer that sounds clever, but the one you'd actually choose with your own money on the line. If this breakdown helped you see the real trade-off clearly, hit like so more people planning for retirement can find it too. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because our next video breaks down the home battery system many retirees are quietly using to erase their monthly electric bill for good, and you will not want to miss what it reveals. See you in the very next one.